Today, we're going to be doing Chapter 3, Lesson 7, Solving Equations Using Multiplication. Today, only multiplication, on pages 74 and 75. To solve these equations, we're going to need to always get the variable or the letter on one side of the equal sign. And to do that, we're going to be doing the inverse operation, which we know is the opposite. The opposite of plus is minus. And the opposite today of division is multiplication. And we're going to be doing only multiplication to get rid of the number next to the variable, so the variable will ultimately be alone. First, however, we need to talk a little bit about division. We've got the numerator on top, right? There's the numerator, and there's the denominator. And we can simplify in 10 divided by 5 is the same thing as 2 over 1. When we look at this other example of division, 6 divided by 4 is the same thing as 3 divided by 2. These guys are equal. Here we have a few more, and I see it's 5 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is the same thing as 1 over 1, or simply just 1. Likewise, 9 divided by 9 is the same thing as 1 over 1, or just 1. So if we had, 17 divided by 17, that's also equal to 1. I'm saying this because this is going to come in handy today as we're solving these equations. Let's look at this very first one. I can see that it's x divided by 2 equals negative 8. Well, the very first thing we're going to need to do is the opposite of division, which is multiplication. And we've got the numerator on top and the denominator. We're going to multiply both sides by 2 so that we can simplify. And when we do that, I know that 2 divided by 2 cancels out. It's 1, right? So now we have simply x or 1x, like we talked about. And then on the right side, we've got negative 8 times 2. And I know that it's negative 16. So this is our answer, but we need to figure out if this is correct. So I'm going to rewrite this equation. And instead of x, I'm going to put in the negative 16 divided by 2 equals negative 8. Does that check out? Yeah, negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. So this is the correct answer. Looks like we're going to be multiplying again to get the y by itself. So we're going to be multiplying the numerator by negative 3 and this 9 by negative 3. And so what I know is that these cancel out. So negative 3 divided by negative 3 is just 1, right? Or 1y. We can simply write y. And y is equal to what? Well, negative 3 times 9 is going to give us negative 27. So this is our answer, but we've got to check our work. So let's rewrite this. 9 equals negative 27 divided by negative 3. Well, negative divided by negative is a positive, and this sure is a positive 9, right? And 27 divided by 3 is 9. So yeah, y does equal negative 27. Great. C divided by 5 equals 0. Well, I know that we need to multiply both sides by 5. And so what I know is that these cancel out. And we can't forget this side either, right? So C equals what? What's 0 times 5? 0 times 5 is 0. So then if we plug that in, 0 divided by 5 is 0. Is that true? It sure is. 0 divided by any number is going to be 0. So excellent. C equals 0. Negative 7 equals n divided by negative 5. So like always, we're going to be doing the inverse operation, and the opposite of division right here is multiplication. So we're going to be multiplying both sides by, in this case, negative 5. And I know that when we cancel out, negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1. So we could write n or 1n. We'll just keep it n for short. And we're going to multiply negative 5 times negative 7. And that's going to give us 35. So this is our answer, but let's check just to make sure that everything's hunky-dory. Negative 7 equals, now instead of n, I'm going to write 35 divided by negative 5. And when we do that, t divided by negative 4 equals negative 6. Let's apply the inverse operation by multiplying both sides by negative 4. And when we do that, I can see that the negative 4's cancel out, right? Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1, so it's going to be 1t, or just t. And t equals what? Negative 6 times negative 4 is going to give us a positive 24. So now we need to evaluate to see if this is, in fact, the correct answer. And so I'm going to substitute 24 for t. And 24 divided by negative 4 equals what? Does it equal negative 6? Yep, it does. So I can see that t equals 24. This is the correct answer. Wonderful. Alright, so we're going to be solving equations on page 75 by doing the inverse operation. In this case, we know it's multiplication. And so let's start with number 1. I can see it says k divided by 4 equals 6. Well, we're going to need to multiply both sides by 4, so these cancel out. And when we do that, right, we're left with just k equals what? 6 times 4 is 24. So this is our answer, but we can't forget to sort of check this out. Let's see if this is in fact the correct answer. So I'm going to change k to 24 divided by 4. Does 24 divided by 4 equal 6? Yep, this is the correct answer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys apply multiplication to solve these equations so we can get the variable by itself. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.